Hello, live video.
Hello, live video.
Hello, live video.
Our timing is
Hello, Moto.
Now is the ritual where somebody tells us if we are audible.
We can hear everyone but Dan.
Yeah.
Goodness. That was a great impersonation of our listeners, Mike.
Thank
I
you.
also
I've been working on that one.
I particularly appreciate Tony in the live chat as Tony's teaching tips with Tony.
I just switched that. I have multiple. I contain
Does
multiple.
it now say Tony's DMing tips with Dungeon Tony?
No,
He
it just
contains
says
multitudes.
I switched to DM mode.
Ooh,
I have
there's
several.
like a big old switch on the wall.
Is someone sliding
There
into your
is a
DM?
Switch account. Look, people. I contain multitudes. I've got though I'm looking at my YouTube things, they're all just me wearing a tie. But Tony's teaching tips is a photo versus Tony, the incomparable Tony is the reference acknowledged logo.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Just call yourself the
One
incomparable
YouTube channel
Tony.
has
That sounds like
various
a
nerd
magician or
things.
something.
And one YouTube channel has instructional design things. So,
One YouTube channel.
I like to think that there's like a big Frankenstein style switch.
Yes,
like
exactly.
the tie comes down around your neck.
It's a little bit like Darth Vader's office where
I love that it's his office. That's such a mundane
I mean,
thing
it's probably
to call
his meditation pod or something, but
I know it's his office. It's definitely his office.
He would be so mad if someone called him.
Yeah,
called it his office. He'd
It's
be
my
like,
meditation
"This
pod.
is
I
my
meditate in
chamber."
there.
Yeah. I don't think Darth Vader does not like when I think anyone talks about him. That's not like that's not. Yeah,
That's relatable.
yeah.
Right? Especially because when people come up to him and they're like, "Oh, I was just talking about you. Your ears must be burning." He's like, "It's not funny. My body is covered in terrible."
Too soon,
Yeah.
man.
Any plans for the weekend, Mr. Vader? How's Happy Friday,
Closing
sir.
time.
Casual Fridays.
No, he's just gonna hang out on his magma planet and
Yep.
think about his grievances.
He's very
one assumes.
magnanimous.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like you've tried that one before and it worked just as well last time.
Dan doesn't learn from his mistakes.
Well, lava.
I mean,
it
I
or
appreciate
leave
the
it.
effort. And I appreciated the effort last time.
Good,
But-
excellent. That's what I
Spall
like to
says
hear.
Dan is audible, but seems
I
a
just
little
turned
quiet.
up my volume, my
Oh,
gain
right.
a little bit. I
Maybe
don't know. I blame
it'll be
Zoom.
better. Yeah.
Zoom seems to
Zoom.
sometimes people are like, "You're
Mhm.
quiet on Zoom," and I listen to my recording. I'm like, "I'm 100% fine. I haven't changed
Yeah.
anything."
You're quiet on Zoom.
You're quiet.
Yeah,
Don't
your-
talk about
Your
me.
face is quiet on
Yeah.
Zoom.
I'm in my chamber.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
definitely go like
Your office.
wicked acrimonious for this episode.
Aggro
Just
it,
all of
baby.
a sudden,
Aggro
like
it.
very hostile.
That is how I like to unwind on my Tuesday night, is just with a bunch of people shouting at me. Let's do that. I'm ready
Yes.
for that.
Okay, Tony, let's go.
Oh God.
Come on, let's
Um,
get going. Sorry, that's all I have.
How dare you, Micah?
You know what,
How dare
Micah?
you.
You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna pick on Micah for a second. This will even the odds.
Let's do it. Let's do
Micah,
it.
even when you pretend to be mean, it's not very convincing. That's how nice you are. Your mean
Oh.
voice is like not impressive.
Yeah, I think you were
It's
trying to
like-
be mean, but you ended up sounding
Yeah.
kind of inspirational.
Yeah, yeah. It's just kind of
Come
like,
on, let's get
just-
going.
yeah, just folksy.
Like a-
You know?
Like a summer camp counselor.
Yeah,
yeah.
Come on, guys,
Let's go to the pool, everybody.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
I'm disappointed. I'm not hearing the spirit that I need to hear. All right. It's Dungeons and Dragons. Is that
Tuesday
what we're
night
here to
energy
do?
is back.
Tuesday
Tuesday
night.
night.
Tuesday night.
I actually have to remember to like become a character again because I had to turn that off last
Micah,
night.
you're always a character.
But we were playing versions of ourselves to
Yeah.
test
Uh-huh.
Tony's game, and
Mm.
I sort of before I started, I was like, okay, I'm not playing a character. I'm
A
just me.
weird
Yeah, but you know
behind
what?
the scenes
But you-
clamps.
But you know what,
gloops,
Micah? I
gloops,
realized
clamps?
I'm just always playing me.
Oh,
That's what I realized last night.
Just different
That-
facets.
thanks, Erica Hulk Ensign.
Elevor is definitely a version of me. I think the furthest from me is wow, I've forgotten his name. It's been a while since I've played him.
Linnell.
Uh,
Bob, Bob, Bob.
Mako Tatahani.
oh yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
Mhm. So behind the scenes look at what happens in Tony's life. Once a year, I run an RPG. It started out with Action Castle things and then migrated into RPGs for some of the Relay folks, specifically Mike Hurley, Jason Snell, and CGP Grey. They do a Cortex upgrade crossover episode where they invite me to come and be a DM for them. And the kind of strange requests that I have been honoring for all these many years was they wanted to play an adventure where they don't role play as characters, they just play as themselves, which is a strange request that in all my many years of Dungeons and Dragons and many other RPGs.
You've never done that before? My friends used to do that all the time.
So I found a very old RPG called Tales from the Floating Vagabond, which is like a horrible out of print. Sorry, apologies to the. It is of its time. It is extremely painfully of its time. But it's like a sci-fi wacky RPG, and I kind of sanded off a lot of the stuff and omitted the most problematic elements of it and used it to build a very loose system for a sci-fi RPG setting. And when my version of science fiction is heavily influenced, I would say probably most, but it's like 45% Futurama, and then like 25% Hitchhiker's Guide, and then maybe a little bit of Terry Gilliam, and maybe even a little Lower Decks mixed in there. But I've been doing this. This is only the third year, and I create an adventure from scratch because the system is half remixed, half from scratch. And before I do that, I test it with people. So Dan played it on Sunday, and Micah and Erica played it on Monday. And Aline is going to play it on Wednesday.
We definitely did it the worst. We did not solve the problem.
No spoilers for Aline.
Yeah, they reached the end, Dan. Sorry. But also, guess what? It's an iterative process. The Dan group, I identified some sticking points, but also as one of the players who played with Erica, who had not met Erica before, identified Erica as relentlessly competent, which is accurate, which is, I think, what we all admire about Erica. But Erica and company, which is how I think of Micah and other people, have clearly set the speed run, and it's just going to be a question of who else can come close to that. So
good luck.
Good luck.
Maybe I'll just try to finish it, but take the most amount of time. Like,
is that? I mean,
yes.
I guess you are you are ahead of me in a time zone, so that. So I'll be recording that soon with Mike and Jason and CGP Grey, and then they'll do a fancy edit of it because they do sound effects and stuff. And then when they do the monthly specials for I'm sorry, not monthly, but annual membership was the M word I was looking for, specials for the Relay FM network. That will be one of the things that you can listen to if you're a Relay FM member. So
I look forward to listening to it and seeing how much better we did than they do.
That's the spirit, Erica.
Hey, spoilers.
What I'm looking forward to is seeing if what is the word again? What's the phrase where you don't follow the rules?
Total party kill?
No, where you don't follow the rule. Is it murder hobo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm wondering if any of the three of them are going to try to break things.
At least one of them is a murder hobo inclined player. So,
in real life?
No, that's illegal.
Being a hobo is not in and of itself illegal.
Yeah, no.
Well, in America, it's no.
It's seriously discouraged in America by the culture.
Yeah, I mean, same in Canada, really.
Yeah. Oh, look at us, Canada. We have human rights too. All right, settle down.
Which we
Erica.
also ignore, just like you do.
Yep.
Same Z's.
Yay, twinsies.
Yeah, colonialism. Anyway, this is a very
Tuesday
special
night.
energy
Okay.
we're bringing.
Okay, we're gonna take a moment. We're gonna.
Mom says hi.
Hi, Erica.
Hello, Renee.
Before all that.
Hi, Renee.
Hi, Renee. Okay, we're gonna take a moment. We're gonna hydrate. We're gonna get our energy in order.
Oh,
Does it count as hydrating if I'm drinking maple bourbon out of something that
is
looks
it
like a tiny
liquid,
barrel?
Erica?
Yes. Yes, it does count.
It contains water. Therefore, you are hydrating.
Just like Tony.
Tony also contains
yes.
water.
He
Why
contains
are you
multitudes.
drinking
Why are you picking
Because
on
you
me?
contain multitudes.
Okay.
Tap a straw right into that vein of Tony, and it's just straight up hydration.
Dan, that's
And
too
that
soon.
leads
That's
us to
on
Curse of
theme.
Strahd.
That
let's
is
do it.
very good segue.
You didn't hear about that guy that got in trouble at Logan
I
Airport
did
last
hear
week,
about
did
the guy
you?
with the vampire straw.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yep. Yeah, so that's a brand name.
Let's
Yeah.
kill a vampire.
Move on.
Moving on. Should we so that was my story before about why they were playing characters based on themselves, and today you'll play characters that, I mean, look, everything draws from your life experience, but these characters have names that are different from your own.
This character has really high strength as opposed
Skills.
to that being the
Skills different
lowest
from my own.
stat
Yes.
that I had yesterday.
Yeah.
Whereas yesterday my highest stat was luck.
Yep.
This character can unlock trapped doors, whereas I frequently mess up opening normal doors.
Yep. These characters can fall asleep at a moment's notice and wake up 8 hours later completely recovered. The greatest escapism in all of role-playing games.
Absolutely.
Oh,
there is a
man.
myth of getting
Malarkey.
8 hours of sleep. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, I think I got that once in like 1996. It was
You
great.
guys, I get 9+ every night.
What-
I have to.
I mean,
It's
Man,
not
that's
actually
right.
fun. It sucks. I have less life that I get to live, and I am constantly complaining about it. 'cause
If
Steve
Yeah,
only
but we're like
Erica-
that's like we're all just candles that are pitching ourselves into bonfires. So
Erica, if only you and I could work out a system whereby
sleep.
Can we
I
work?
could,
Let's
like,
try.
exchange
Let's
rate.
try.
Okay,
Mm,
because I
mm.
could use. I just need like another hour.
I would love to sleep an hour less every night.
This is an
Fantastic.
import-export deal I can get my hands around.
Ooh, I don't
I'm
even know
gonna
the
have to put
taxes on
in
that.
place some kind of tariff on that.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do the thing. It's 8:16. It's
Yes.
time to do the thing. We'll save all the other digressions and banter for the recorded
show.
episode that may or may
Yeah.
not be
Yes.
cut down by Erica far off in the
Yes.
future. Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, your dungeon master for our Dog and Pony Curse of Strahd adventures. I use he, him pronouns, and today we are continuing the aforementioned Dog and Pony crew adventures. They are deep in the bowels, probably bowels
Not
of
bellows.
Castle Ravenloft, Strahd von Zarovich's seat of power in the land of Barovia, big Barovia, not too far from little Barovia. And they have gone up, they have gone down, they have put a lot of steps in getting around Ravenloft, and they are assessing where they will go next. Who is this they I speak of? It is our players. Allow me to introduce them. They will then introduce their characters, and then we'll find out what happens next. First up, it's Jane Britt.
Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday night. I play Lena Dulina, the human rogue. We both use she, her pronouns.
Next up, Dan Morin.
Hello, welcome back to Tuesday night, everybody. I play Cast in Onatar's Crucible, aka Crucible, who is a warforged cleric of the god Onatar. I use he, him pronouns. Crucible uses they, them pronouns.
Also joining us, Aline Sims.
Remember when we walked up that really, 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 really tall tower and found an evil clockwork thing? That was
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
I play
do.
Imra Soliana, the Wood Elf Ranger, and also our favorite Androdite.
Sorry, checks out.
Yep, it does. We all use she, her pronouns.
Next up, Erica Ensign.
Hello, Erica Ensign, she, her. I play Brildish, the Dwarven Paladin, also she, her. Brildish has a celestial pony named Pony Sindelarant, and his pronouns are he, him.
And finally, everyone's favorite Micah Sargent.
Oh, hey, I play Elevor Landman, the half-elf druid, as well as Samus, the saber-toothed tiger, and Danu, the fey mimic octopus. Elevor and I use he, him pronouns, Samus, she, her, and Danu doesn't mind what pronouns you use for them.
So previously on our adventures, you have been all over Ravenloft. You recently spent some time in the larders of Ill Omen and the kitchens and supplies area, and recovered an important artifact that will help you in your fight against Strahd. From there, you descended a very long flight of stairs that took you back into the kind of the catacomb basement of Ravenloft, and actually found yourself into a room that you have been before. The adventure calls this the Brazier Room. It's a big square room with giant, terrifying looking statues on either side, but the central object in it, hence the name, is a burning brazier full of fire. There's a kind of strange framed hourglass hanging over it, and there are these little gems in little cups, indentations around the brazier, and as it written in script around the brazier is some magic writing that reads as followed. I read this at the end of last session. I read it now simply to remind you and myself. Cast a stone into the fire. Violet leads to the mountain spire. Orange to the castle's peak. Red if lore is what you seek. Green to where the coffins hide. Indigo to the master's bride. Blue to ancient magic's womb. Yellow to the master's tomb. And of course, these
still
colors
maintain that they could have just labeled it with where these things go.
Well,
this is a serious.
That's not very
safety,
Strahd-like.
It's a serious safety violation.
OSHA has not been
OSHA,
to
yeah.
this,
That's
this
right.
Yeah.
castle.
This is where you're going to bring up OSHA? This castle literally has like a torture chamber. There's like a place just
And
south
a
of here
staircase with
full
no
of
railings.
zombies.
But we won't-
OSHA is
we won't know
probably
'cause
the
it's
name
not
of a
labeled.
spider hag.
Yes.
Oh, yes. OSHA the left.
OSHA the spider hag.
Ah, yes. OSHA, servant of Lolth.
George
Uh,
checks out.
But OSHA is
Mhm.
very careful with all of her prey. She wears like gloves on all her little spider hands. And
Mhm.
High vis,
lots of
because she's a
PPE.
giant spider.
That's right.
Mm,
Hmm. She never stands on an office chair with wheels, ever.
never. And- No, the key is you secure it in place with webbing first.
Yeah, you ever seen a spider, a giant spider, stand on 8 different office chairs with wheels at one time?
Well, when you think about it, spiders, 8 legs, that's a lot of stability there. I
Redundancy
think
is
people-
important.
Yeah, people don't give, low center of mass. People don't talk about how safe spiders are.
People don't talk about how safe spiders
They
are.
don't talk about
Weirdly
it.
enough.
Why is
So
that?
The
I
opposite.
know I know that we were really I'm pushing us back on track. I'm
Yep.
Thank you.
force of will here.
Mhm.
I know last
Somebody
time we were
has to.
like, we've got to find the heart and go
Yes.
destroy it, but I think that first we should go find the OG Piddlewick's
Mhm.
treasure trove.
Yeah, I
because
think
we
your
don't-
main you have found many things throughout Ravenloft, and at this point have checked off, I think, basically all of the things that it was suggested to you way back when, like literally years ago in game time. I forget which one is
No,
the time
our
out of in our time. Madam Eva gave you these prophecies about how you could overcome Strahd in terms of, magic sword, book of vampire weaknesses, icon of Ravenloft,
Vampire Weakness,
recruiting.
great band.
Yeah. Well, they're not as good as, but
They opened up for meat puppets.
yeah. Recruiting an ally in the form of Basilica the Corpse Bride, etc. You have done those, but some things that kind of hanging things that could help you out before your final confrontation with Strahd. And I think you have a sense of where you could find Strahd in the castle. It's just a question of when you seek to bring that hurt on yourselves. There is this strange pulsing heart at the top of one of the towers that is clearly like a source of power for Strahd, and it might behoove you to do something about that before going after the main vampire himself.
It would not only behoove us, it would please the punch out of us.
Yes, it
Yeah.
would. It would not just behoove; it would hoove you like crazy.
It would pony.
It would
knots.
please us
We,
to punch.
we never located Strahd's little book of passwords either, right?
No,
No.
An object which may or might not exist that is mainly a thing you have described amongst yourself, and that the dungeon master has never mentioned. I'm just saying these
It's his
are
little
simply
address book.
Yeah, we're working.
these are
on-
simply words I'm saying, not the words that are being heard, but you listeners out there, perhaps you make sense of these words and make decisions. And sadly, you are not playing Dungeons and Dragons. You know things that these players could refuse to process, and we are both, you listener like me, are captive here as they do whatever they want.
What I hear you saying is we can lathe of heaven this into existence by bullying you for a while longer.
I am in and reference.
I mean-
So I think the concern with going directly for Piddlewick's remains is that we think that those are probably in the crypt,
Mhm.
and we also think that Strahd is probably
waiting
in the
for us in the
crypt.
but there's weren't okay. I need to look back
Yeah, we need
at
some
the actual
notes.
language because I thought that we had the thought that there were two different
Yeah, there are.
stones for that.
Well, there are at least his place was where he was
Yeah,
lying.
so the
was not
master's
same.
tomb. The master's tomb is different from where the coffins hide.
That is true.
Right. And the
Gotcha.
question was,
Okay.
we have the hint from the very beginning from what's her name's reading.
Eva.
Yeah.
Madam Evan's reading about where in the castle he actually is.
Right.
But in order to find that out,
Do you
I
need
will
me to find the
look-
text of that
I'm
for
looking
you?
at it right now.
All right.
If we have some degree of confidence that we won't accidentally trigger the final boss battle,
Yeah, that's the thing.
then I would say, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. If we think there's a risk of doing that, then I would say let's smash up the
I
heart.
agree.
Well, I can tell you,
I am a
I-
kind dungeon master. I would probably put one up on those screens that's like, no save points after this area. Please make sure you want to proceed.
I will say
and
I
then
did.
Micah would argue with me and say, like, this is all a front.
Yeah,
So
probably.
the
I
original.
just today
ahead.
listened to the episode where we first found this this teleportation
Uh-huh.
chamber, and Tony made it canon that if we throw a stone in, we get the chance to look, and it like actually shows us where we would be jumping before we jump. So we could at least make a determination.
Listeners,
Ah.
the adventure as written doesn't include that. This
No,
is
it
one of
doesn't.
those things that a dungeon master, a kind, benevolent dungeon master, one who
what I'm
should
saying.
not be bullied and harried by the horrible monsters he has
Yeah.
shackled himself to, would do.
So,
but yes,
so if Strahd
do
shows
you
up
want to
and
throw in
he's
a bunch
like,
of stones? What are you going to do?
yeah,
So
if Strahd shows up and he's like shirtless and shadow boxing, we're like, no,
We won't go
No.
in there. Yeah, exactly.
gonna go
this-
do
We might
something
watch for a
else.
little bit though.
The original reading says he dwells with the one whose blood sealed his doom, a brother of light snuffed out too soon.
Mhm. And I
That's his-
believe
His brother's tomb, which is below the
That hallway,
churchy
thingy?
place. What
Oh,
is
the
it? Chapel.
The chapel.
That's it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, but we don't know if that's literally the master's tomb.
Right. I mean,
Yeah,
we
where
can
the
we can
coffins hide.
Let's chuck some rocks.
Yeah.
all right, what rock you want to chuck?
We want to chuck into green.
I think what we should do is we should chuck the green, and we should have like a different one ready to just like the study or something like that.
And I'll-
because if we see Strahd, boom.
So
Yeah.
reach
so
that.
if
Sorry,
we
wrong portal.
if we do want to
Click.
attack the heart, I actually think we can chuck in the red one because that'll take us up to the study, which is, I believe, on the same floor.
Oh, nice.
It's at
That's
least
the
in the
staircase,
vicinity
yes.
of it.
Yeah.
The red one is a known one, but feel free to chuck stones and peek through things.
Let's chuck stones.
Chuck
Green stone.
stones.
All right,
But he
green
who is without
stone.
vampirism, chuck the first stone.
Thank you.
Yeah, who will pick
Biblical.
up this stone with their hand?
I'm not
I'll
touching
do it.
orbs.
Crucible did it last
I'll-
time,
I'll do it.
and they were fine.
I was fine,
All right.
so I'll keep doing it.
Yeah. Crucible, just checking. Are any of your hands made out of meat since you previously touched one of these stones?
Nope. Still
Didn't
metal.
have a little
Ah, yes. Suddenly
hamburger
I have
or hot
mutton
dog
hands.
smell. Yeah.
That's right. I do
Oh.
have hot dogs for fingers on one hand.
Yeah, reference acknowledged.
Mhm.
So you pick up one of the stones, specifically greenstone, with your totally impervious metal hand
Mhm.
and cast it into the fire. The fire, there's like a poof, and the whole fire kind of roars into a green light. And there is a nice circular portal that kind of appears in the fire, as if it would feel very pleasing to step through that portal and go where the portal takes you. And looking through that portal, you see a strange sight. It's a darkened room, and you definitely see some wooden coffins in there. Crucible, why don't you give me some kind of, I don't know, start with a perception. This seems
yeah,
like
I want to know how many
perception-y.
coffins.
Oh wait, is this going to go to the coffin maker?
That is 20.
You recognize these coffins.
Mm.
And in fact, you see some bits of vampire. I mean, I think they probably mainly got incinerated. It does seem to be the storage room of the coffin maker
Lucky?
back in Vallaki, which was also a vampire nest
It
until somebody cleared it out.
Until somebody
It's
busted,
unclear who
busted
cleared
the
it.
walls and
Yeah.
made
It
windows.
was the Kool-Aid man.
So I mean, it's good
Oh,
to
yeah.
know that we can get back to Vallaki pretty
Yeah,
quickly.
the
if
worst
we
house in
need to.
Vallaki is
Yeah.
Oh,
easily
it's fine
accessible.
now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Like we cleared
Yeah,
it.
and it's probably
good.
vacant because that guy
Yeah.
totally got arrested.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that neighborhood is probably real affordable now.
Should we? So you want to try a yellow one next?
Mm.
It was yellow.
Yellow
Oh,
is the
yeah,
master's
yeah.
tomb.
Or we
Oh.
just use red and go
We
straight
should at
to-
least figure out where yellow goes if we
Well,
can.
We don't know if whatever's there can see back.
Yeah, but like we can if it can see us, worst case scenario, we go through one of the other portals and it has to figure out where we went.
Can't he already see
I'm
us
just worrying that
anyway?
the it
Doesn't
is
he
going
know
to
where
be
we are?
Strahd.
Yeah, but
and
Strahd,
be able to
Strahd
I will
knows
even
we're in
point
his
out-
house.
I will even point out in last session, I know it has been several weeks since we played, you literally strode over a glyph of warding that notified Strahd of your exact location.
No,
Oh,
no,
no,
it-
wait.
dispelled it.
we-
disabled it.
You
disabled it.
found a
Dispelled
glyph of warding
Aha!
that notified. Yes.
Eureka!
yeah.
And we specifically dispelled that so that Strahd
Okay.
would not know
How
exactly
about
where
this?
we are.
Somebody remembers the details slightly better than I do.
How about this? Are there any other ones that we want to establish? Let's do the Master's Tomb last.
Okay.
I don't want to do the Master's Tomb one.
I want
I
to
think
know.
we.
I mean, we
we'll
could-
know
we could
when
do
we
the-
go there.
We could do the violet one just to see which part of the abbey and make sure that it leads to the abbey at the mountain spire. Or no, that was the bride one was
Mhm.
indigo.
Yeah.
Violet leads to the mountain spire. We don't actually know what that is.
Yeah.
We
Maybe
were-
that leads straight to the heart.
We were
Like-
we were encouraged not to use that
You-
one.
I mean,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
look through them. I didn't edit the rhyme to account for places in Barovia that are boring that have been cut from the adventure, but you can certainly look
I
at them.
see. Okay.
I'm not going to stop you from looking at them. Sorry, listeners. The Curse of Strahd is a very long adventure. I eliminated some sections that are not as exciting as other sections.
Violet
So-
leads to a lack of desire.
So I
Um,
think Lena would be chill with us doing the other ones, but she does not want us to be like pop open Strahd's coffin lid and be like, okay, good, he's in there.
Yeah.
Close again.
I just want to see where the
Same.
Master's Tomb is.
Elevor is.
I think we know where the
Mm.
Master's Tomb is.
Well, I mean, the coffins one was ambiguous, is my point.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, is it possible that it goes somewhere that we are like? It's not
Maybe,
where we're
but I
expecting?
feel like maybe we should see if we can find OG Piddlewick and
Mhm.
his grave first, in case whatever treasure Elevor is going to take from there is
It's going to be so
useful.
disappointing.
It might be.
I have not recently looked up what it is, but there's no way it's going to live up to whatever hype you all have put into it.
It's a gift, Tony.
It's
It's,
helpful.
it's
like-
counts.
It's like a gift certificate for Toys R Us for $8.
It's a gilded bed flipper.
oh.
That
But
would be so
Elevor
cool.
I mean, that
prefers
would
to
be-
Elevor
that's a
prefers to
thoughtful
flip
gift.
his beds manually.
That's
I'm an
the
organic
irony.
bed flipper, free
Yeah,
range bed
It's
flipper.
a magic axe.
Oh my
Wow.
god!
So
If it's a magic
it's
axe,
three.
do we-
It's a three.
scream.
It's a 3-pack of magic axes. They're in a blister pack.
So since I don't think any of the stones are like explicitly to Piddlewick's tomb,
No, they're
do we
not.
have a sense of where we think Piddlewick's tomb is?
All we know is down.
Okay.
Well,
Because
that eliminates
because
Castle's Peak.
I don't think that any of these stones
No,
are
I don't
going to
think-
take us to.
I
to
don't think they'll
that. So-
take us anywhere near it. I think is the thing. They all take us
So-
take us further away.
So
Yeah.
here is my thinking. When we were in the chapel, there were the stairs going down, and there was a
It was
There was-
blocked.
it was blocked with a little hole in it that we're like, oh, bats could get through that.
Yep.
Hmm.
So I think if we're going for Piddlewick's tomb, we probably have to go down into the tombs.
Oh, I hadn't thought about
Mm.
that. So yeah, heart first, maybe.
But I also feel like there's a chance that if we attack the heart, Strat's going to be like, don't attack my heart. I like my heart.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
my
keep all
concern.
my best blood there.
Or Elevor doesn't care if
Okay.
Strahd for the like for attacking the heart. I mean, like it is pulsating in his brain right now, and he really wants to just go
Mhm.
okay.
knock
I mean,
it out.
considering that it was Elevor that the Piddlewick's gift is for, if Elevor just wants to go and smash this giant crystal heart, then Brildish raises one of her axes and says, "Let's go."
Listen. As a wise adventuring party once said, you got to go up to go down.
Those people were
I read
never
that
proved
somewhere.
wrong.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Whatever. I will go with the will of the group. I would be interested in seeing the Master's Tomb just to confirm our suspicions, but I also understand the concerns around that. So I won't.
Crucible
belabor.
waits till everybody else leaves and sneaks back and grabs one little pebble and
By
is
Strahd
murdered
and
by
then jumps
Strahd.
into another.
Yeah.
So do we want to navigate there on foot, or do we want to throw the redstone?
That's a good question.
Redstone.
I feel like
Redstone.
Aragal would like us to throw the redstone because by now he's done with his YA romance and
Mm.
probably
Oh,
needs to
hello.
be getting another one
We
off
need
of
to
the
replenish
bookshelf.
That's true.
I
He
need
needs
the
the
sequel.
second one.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a trilogy, of course.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Redstone.
All right, you cast a red stone into the fire. The fire burns with red light. A portal opens up, showing you the familiar to you at this stage of things. I forget what it was exactly called,
The
but
study?
Strahd's
Study?
study?
Office.
Yes.
I mean, it's the
Office?
rooms
Meditation
of like
chamber?
reading
Library?
or something.
It was the
Drawing
one.
room.
It was the room next to the series of secret passages.
Oh my god.
Oh,
All right. Let me oh gosh, let's go to that map. Is that what we're doing now? That's how we play this game.
Yep.
So many
I mean,
copies.
assuming that Strahd's not like just like, sprawled on the couch or something like that reading
Yeah.
a book, like then we
Oh.
might change our mind.
Although honestly, if Strahd is sprawled on the couch reading a book, I say we go for it.
What is
Element
it
of
in this
surprise.
scenario?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You don't want we're not making our move. Like, hey.
Okay. All right. I have taken you to a previously seen map. I think your tokens were all walking down a spiral staircase. So let me remind myself the description of this for you and for our listeners. This is the this is the study. A blazing hearth. I don't remember if that's still burning. I feel like perhaps you've put it out
I
at this
think
point.
we went through
Yeah, we
several
did.
secret passages. Yes.
Yeah. The walls of this room are lined with ancient books and tomes and YA manga. Their leather covers, well oiled and preserved through careful use. All is in order here. The stone floor is concealed beneath. That's a strange way of describing it. But this is what they write. The stone floor is concealed beneath a thick, luxurious rug. I would just say it's covered.
We
in
never
the
checked
cen-
under there.
In
I
the
was just
center of the room
thinking.
is a large, low table, waxed and polished to a mirrored finish. Even the poker in its stand next to the blazing fireplace, previously blazing, is polished. Large, overstuffed divans, I think that's a piece of furniture, and couches are arranged about the room. 2 chairs of burgundy-colored wood, colored, you can't drink it, with padded leather seats and back cushions face the hearth. A huge painting hangs over the mantelpiece in a heavy gilded frame. Yeah, you've been here before.
Yeah, but we never looked under the rug.
You want to do that
And
now?
now we must
Yes.
There's nothing there.
to see the
Aw.
floor
Wait,
concealed.
nothing?
Well, there's
Oh my
stone.
God.
There's
It's a
stone.
void.
Oh no, you found a hole in the map. You've been killed by
Oh,
level
did-
geometry.
Oh man, did we
We
clip?
just keep falling.
Just looking at this floor just reminds me how many weird rooms
Yes,
there
this
are
is-
in this
this is-
building.
Remember, this is the 3 secret passages from here is his legitimate vault, his
No,
treasury.
it's 4 secret passages
4
from
piece
here.
here. There's a treasury with a fort built inside of it, full of
Uh-huh.
magic stuff, and you were like, "We're not dealing with this now. We
No,
don't.
we just
we're not,
don't know what the
We're not here to
password
take
is.
him.
We don't know.
Yeah, we're not here to take him down Al Capone style. We are going after him directly. We are
this
not
isn't
getting
a
him.
heist.
Yeah, we're not going after him for tax evasion.
Yeah.
You know.
All right.
But you know that north of here, it goes from the kind of, these are the kind of slightly more like, this is Strahd's quarters, and there's a
Pushy.
weird bathroom full of blood and a bedroom with a misguided teen in it, and
Not anymore.
and a spooky dining room. But north of that are some passageways that are in disrepair. They're open to the elements, and I think you're going to head that way because you know it leads to one of the central stairways of Castle Ravenloft, which goes up and down. There are 2 towers
Up
for
and
Castle
down in
Ravenloft.
this economy.
Yeah. Well, there's the North Tower and there's the High Tower. I believe you have been up the High Tower.
Yep.
You have not been up the North Tower, but you know that the stairway, the big spiral staircase with no railing for the North Tower, is just a short jaunt north of this study. Is that where you want to go?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep,
have
apparently.
we been to the bottom of that staircase?
Nope.
We did look down it though.
You look
We
down.
looked down, and I thought there were like more smaller stairs at the bottom.
There were. It does. It looks like it. I mean, you are several levels above the main floor, the first floor of Castle Ravenloft, and this huge tower. This is a huge spiral staircase, but not the kind of spiral staircase with a column in the middle. Like this is just an open pit in the middle, and
like
you
the
can
two
see
spiral staircases at the Supreme Court building in Washington D.C. that are self-supporting without a central.
if you say so. But yes, you can see way down several floors to the basically main level of Ravenloft below. I said you've never been there. Is it possible you poked your head in there from the chapel? The chapel was certainly in vicinity of that.
I think so,
that
because
seems
we've
like
been
it.
down in this region on
Okay.
lower levels.
I'm looking at all the other maps and
Is
looking
it
at
uncovered?
what have you uncovered before. There are some things. Look, you know what? Looks like you've never been down there. So
Oh.
yeah,
Bummer.
Just looked from
Yeah.
up above.
you've just looked from up above.
Lena reminds everyone, I think there were flying swords on these stairs. Just
Mm.
just keep an eye out.
Try not to
All
fall
right.
off. Also,
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
no handrails. We got to get that OSHA spider to spin some safety nets.
All right, you're gonna head in that direction. You may wish to set a marching order.
Actually, I have a mechanics question. So I
Is your
just
car
went
misfiring
hiking.
or?
Yeah, I just
Mhm.
went hiking and fell once, and luckily
You never
not
want
to
to
my
fall
death.
again. Okay.
And
yes, very lucky.
One of the things the people with us was what I'm doing in the end of this is trying to convince Tony, everybody, that this is going to be. So one of the more experienced hikers who was with us said, "Hey, if you get down on all fours, or if you bring yourself lower to the ground, then you are going to be less likely to fall
Lower center of gravity.
by
Sure.
lowering your
Because you're a
center of
spider.
gravity or something like that.
Yeah,
because you're a
if you-
spider at that point.
Yeah, if you walk like a spider, that's classic spider advice.
My favorite
yes.
Bengals song.
Yeah.
Walk like a spider.
So my question is,
Was this
given
an Eagle
that there-
Scout?
There are, it may have been. I'll
We
have to
know
ask
each other.
about the
You can say his
badges.
name. Yeah.
It's Toby Maguire. I am wondering if the flying swords, if they're trying to knock us off of this, if we might mitigate that by spider walking or crab walking or basically
Or just,
laying low.
I'm not spider walking.
Or could that possibly improve? Okay, for those of us who want to, could
Lena
that
gains
possibly
inspiration.
improve our chances of not getting knocked off game mechanics wise?
I think you could take a variety of methods in how you position yourself on this precarious spiral staircase with no railing and it's not a bottomless pit. You can see the bottom. It's just very, very far
That's
down.
fine. Bottomless pit won't kill you because you never hit the bottom.
You could do. I think there's probably a variety of things you could do, though they might make it harder to be, offensively effective against flying magic swords. So I will remind you, you have been at least one person poked their head in this hallway before, and the idea is and I've got a we're going to all the maps today, people.
All the great maps.
All the great maps. Let's see here. Clicking everything in Roll20 today. So there's a separate set of maps for the giant staircase going up. So you see the little red tinted stairs leading up there, kind of the top left.
Mm-hmm.
And then above that is a throbbing crystalline heart. Let me just check here. Let's see. So, as you step onto the spiral staircase, a reddish light flares high overhead, then settles into a dull, pulsing red glow. You now see the full immensity of this tower. The spiral staircases circle up the tower's full height. The tower, 60 feet wide at its base, becomes narrower as it climbs. At the pinnacle of the hollow tower, a large crystal heart pulsates with red light. Above the heart, the stairs continued upward. Floating around the heart are, it looks like, 10 flying animated swords. Technically, they're halberds, which are halberds. halberds, which are not
Whole
swords.
beards. I
But
like
they
that.
but they use the stats of a flying
Oh,
sword.
I just shaved my whole beard. Now I can't use it.
Mm.
Stupid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
do fly? So they're enchanted. Do we think
Yep.
a dispel magic would have any effect on them?
I remember asking Crucible about this at some point, and I don't remember why, but I specifically remember talking to you, Crucible, about it at one point.
Did we
and
determine
I
they're
think
actually creatures and it doesn't work like that or something? I don't remember.
No, I don't remember what you determined last time, but yes, they are magic. They're a construct crucible, and dispel magic would be bad for them.
Oh, wait, okay, it would be effective.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you have enough juice in your dispel magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. The limitation on that will be it's only if there's 10 of them, I can only target one at a time.
Yeah, there are a lot of them.
What's your
Yeah.
range on dispel magic? Can you do it from here?
120 feet. It's not
heck
bad.
yeah.
But
I
like,
mean, if you started as we were
kind of
you know,
short on
approaching and just continue to just, keep doing it, there's
Yeah.
a chance they could be pared down a bit by the
But
time
it's
we get up there.
it's a third level
Although they
spell,
might
so I'm
come
just
at
gonna
us.
start. I have a limited number of spell slots, and that will also burn through them.
Yeah,
Very
they're not going to
smart.
wait there patiently while you pick them off one by one.
Mhm.
They're not ninjas.
What if I try to shoot them? Like, might it?
Yeah, and I
knock
mean anybody
them
with
off their...
distance attacks could try to. Now, is the roof above the heart intact, or is it open to the sky?
It does look like there must be some kind of chamber above the heart, because it is not open to the sky.
Oh,
Sorry, Elivor.
I
No
thought
windows?
There are no windows at this
I
part
mean,
of the tower.
we could try attacking them from here and then not be on the stairs when we fight them.
Yeah, that's kind of my idea with trying to shoot them down.
I've
with
been
the
placing a lot of
an arrow.
tokens on the. We have kind of two side by side maps. This is a little bit of a challenge
Gotcha.
because of the vertical nature of our battlefield
Mhm.
here. We may rely a little bit more on theater of the mind.
I mean, if they come at us, we're going to be on the stairs and have to fight them.
I would recommend being on the
Oh.
stairs as opposed to not on the stairs.
I do think we should probably start by trying to pick them off as much as we can before we
Yeah.
close with them. But that may, even if we knock them a few out, that'd be a better.
So here's my question. First and foremost, I misunderstood. So this is good. Call lightning can be used inside.
It voids your warranty.
It just says, yeah. If there's not room to accommodate the cloud, it doesn't say anything about needing to be outside. So like if you looked up at the ceiling and you're already up at the ceiling, then obviously you couldn't put the cloud. But if there's space above the heart,
Oh, we have so much vertical space.
yeah.
Vertical space is you got a lot of that.
But here's the problem: is that this is a concentration spell, so Elivor's going to need to like sit cross-legged against the stairs and have you all kind of like go after the swords.
Brildish would like stand in front of you and just be like, "Roar," and protect
If you want me to cast it now, I could also wait and help you take out the swords first with other ranged spells.
Of course, you're going to do it and we're going to find out that lightning has no effect on this stupid thing.
Right.
Oh no.
And also, it might have effect on the. They're constructs. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that we should get into it. Like I
get
don't.
into it.
Let's mix it
we
up.
can't.
Just
We can't
climb the
always build a
stairs.
mousetrap.
Crucible's
so for
halfway
marching
through
order-
building a mount. Oh,
Yeah.
now you tell me.
I mean, marching order is slightly less
Yeah.
important because basically all of us are going to be open to the edge of the staircase. I think we should hug the wall as opposed to standing along the edge of the stairs.
Mhm.
But still, I think it makes sense for either Crucible or Brildish to go first and the other one to go last, just in case something comes up the stairs from below. But
Good
honestly,
idea.
What are
and
your
Brildish would like to be near Elivor, just in case, if Elivor decides to try to cast a concentration spell, as a paladin, I can use my protection and throw out my shield to
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
take at least
so-
one attack, make at least one attack
Two
during
questions are
on a
relevant to
turn.
that. Bruldish, what is your ranged attack situation right now?
my what now?
Yeah. Okay. So you should go
yes.
first because you're gonna probably close with it first, and I will be in the back.
I mean, I do
So-
have
so that's in
3
terms of-
javelins.
So I think there's two things we have to figure out. One is marching order, and one who does the first attack. I would actually vote for Aragal because Aragal is an assassin.
Yes.
Oh yeah, so you can sneak and
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No, I was
you-
just thinking marching order. Bruldish should be in front because more
Yes.
likely to engage the front line, and I'll stay
all right,
back.
and then
'cause
I'll
I've
be
got ranged
behind
stuff.
Bruldish.
And
Well,
then the-
Samus will be right behind you,
Or
Bruldish.
At the
I mean,
risk of-
Crucible with the highest armor class could go first.
If they're flying around, they can hit any of
That's
us.
true. You're right,
presumably,
you're right. Yep.
So,
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
at the risk of
Okay.
angering the dungeon master, do we?
Oh,
want
that's
to,
me.
Yep. Do we want to
Risk
do we
it.
want to tie everybody together with rope?
No, because
No,
if
'cause
one of
then
us goes down,
Yeah, but if one of you
Well,
goes
I
down, you
mean-
vastly outweigh the rest of us. Vastly outweigh them, right? So
I mean, now
Not
then
if
you,
it's you.
yeah.
I'm
I
not
mean,
that
Bruldish
heavy.
with all
and
their
now we
squeaky
have. Let
money.
me say, I'm not going to stop you. I'm concerned about the length of. Then I answer the question, do whatever you want, and then you're like, okay, but do we tie like pony?
Maybe
Pony
we
is
each
a
have
pony.
like there's like a
Who
rope
has
buddy.
like featherfall? Let's take a moment and think about things that would help in this situation.
Yes.
Does
Look.
anyone have featherfall? Does anyone have like boots of spider?
I think we can
walking?
all agree that falling to your death is a personal responsibility issue that each of you is,
None of us have featherfall. Oh,
No
this will be
featherfall.
we don't
fun.
have wizards or anything, so that's. I think it's predominantly a wizard / maybe bard
Okay.
spell.
Well, we do have a. Do we have any? Let's see. Do we have any diamonds? We have a diamond, right?
We
No?
did
We have
collect some.
3, I
Yeah,
think?
we collected some.
Okay,
diamonds.
so 3 of us can fall to our deaths, provided that none of them are.
And I have a scroll of
Crucible.
revivify.
Oh yes, okay.
And
I'm
I
feeling a
have
lot better about this.
reincarnation.
now.
How many of you have prepaid for your funerals? Just it's a question that I, as a dungeon master, like to
Bruldish just wants to be
ask.
I already-
tossed off the side of a mountain.
I already
Oh.
got a coffin with my
Efficient.
name on it, so I'm set.
That's
Oh yeah,
true.
that's true.
that's yeah.
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 You still gotta
Every
pay someone to dig the
Barovian
hole.
child, as on their first
Yeah.
name day, receives.
It's like, it is a dour culture,
dark.
but it is theirs.
It's true.
Oh man, but what
Yep.
size?
So much child
and
death.
Also, I just want to make sure. Did we get to the point where my axe was no longer -1, or
No.
okay?
Uh,
so
I don't think
I,
so.
I
I'd ma-
remember
I'd-
it was -2, and then Crucible kindly fixed it enough so that it was -1. So
Yeah.
I think that's where it is.
Okay.
that's
quick-
that's
All
what I
right.
have on my sheet.
I rolled initiative for the
Yep.
flying halberds like 12 minutes
Okay.
ago.
Sure.
Well, but could we get a sneak attack on them?
Yeah, they're floating around. They are seemingly unaware of your presence.
Even though we were all going blah 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 blah. blah.
Yeah. Okay, who?
Go
Do we
go
want-
gadget Aragal.
Okay, Argal is going to.
and the marching order. Like I put myself on pony at the front.
All right,
Okay,
I
yep.
am underneath him on the map.
Okay, I will move.
All right. So Argal has assassinate, and he's like, guys, when I tried this on you, it didn't work, but this is gonna go great.
But this
time-
this time I mean it.
He's
Yeah.
learned a lot. He's learned
Has
a
learned
lot.
a lot. So,
From us.
let's see. So during his first turn, the assassin has advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn.
That I guess.
So-
So your main targets are either there are 10 flying halberds. Halberds? Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Owlbirds.
Halberds.
Albred.
Halberds.
Owlbirds? I think that's an owl. An owl.
Halberds.
You just say owl. You don't have to say owl bird. That doesn't make it. That's redundant.
So,
Are owls
um,
birds? Are we
I was-
sure?
I was
Owls
excited
are
that we
100% birds.
I don't know.
I don't like people joking about that, even for joke. It's you're doing damage into the world. One person could have listened to this podcast and unlearned that owls are birds, and that I can't allow. Like,
I'm sorry. Back on track. We
Yeah,
don't have
back
much
on
time.
So
Owlbirds.
I was excited that we would be able to use the assassinate. Any hit the assassin scores against a surprise creature is a critical hit, but Argal did just straight up crit. So
Okay.
Oh, okay, good. That's good.
yeah.
Is
So-
Argal attacking? And I apologize, I did not actually put Argal in the turn order because I never remember which of your sidekicks are and are not in
No
the
one
turn
ever
order.
remembers
no,
Aragorn. It's very sad.
with Argal's
is
light
Argal
crossbow,
attacking the heart or one of the more menacing flying swords?
one of the flying swords.
All right. So Argal fires a crossbow bolt up
Yes.
at one of the flying swords, and what happens?
So
It
let's
hits
see.
directly.
That tends tend to be how a 20 works.
Okay, so that's going to be 4 piercing damage.
Double the.
It's double, yeah.
everything.
Right.
Any dice
Okay.
you
Roll the die twice.
Yeah, any
Roll
die
the die
you roll.
twice. Okay,
doubles.
so flat damage is going to be 14. Sneak attack. We'll just take the flat sneak attack damage for 14 twice.
So 28 total damage.
28 plus 14.
All
Oh,
right.
there you
The
go. Now we're
crossbow
talking.
bolt
Yeah.
fires from deep down, I mean, or at least a level down the tower, up to one of the floating, flying halberds, slowly orbiting the crystalline heart. It hits it right in the kind of the joint where the blade of the halberd is affixed to the shaft, and the whole thing just like shatters into a spray of wood and metal that immediately loses its magical powers and comes crashing down the tower, clattering against stairs way below you.
And then I think everybody
Lena
else like
or
immediately
Jane,
jumps
I
into
didn't-
action, right?
yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
even ask you. I'm just going to pick one of these 10 at random to be
Yeah, totally.
murdered by Aragol.
And
Okay.
Aragal's like, hey!
A little round of applause. as
That's
much
why
as
they
we
call
can.
me Assassino.
Assassino.
Aragal. No, they don't.
We do
Literally, no
now.
one calls you that.
How many more flying swords do I have to explode
Yeah,
before you
British
agree
under-
to
all
call
of them.
me?
All of
Nine.
them.
Under her
more.
breath says, Assassino.
Jane, do you
eyes.
want to quickly roll initiative for Lena and Aragol? It looks like
Uh,
Elevor is probably going first.
Yes,
Um,
yes, I shall.
And I think you basically have your choice. It looks like everyone who's rolled initiative so far beat the halberds. I will tell you, the halberds are not wimps, but they did go down with one critical. And it's probably just a question of what can you do at a range before they fly down and try and impale you.
Now, do we get a surprise round because basically Aragol shoots and then we all just throw something? Or are they magic enough that they jump in the split second after?
I think
Aragol hits them?
you were ready with a surprise.
Okay.
So yeah,
mean,
what?
not
Also
that it's
got
super
a
helpful for
23
Brildish, but-
initiative.
Okay, Aragol, MVP, everyone's favorite
Aw.
character.
Everyone's favorite Aragal.
Okay,
MV
so
NPC.
Elevor, do you want to do something?
Yeah, Elevor will aim at one that's nearby within
Mhm.
60 feet of him
Yep.
and will cause a fire to appear in
Mhm.
on the owlbird, and does you need to make a, let's see, succeed on a dexterity saving throw of 16, please.
They are very dexterous because they
I
are flying.
Forgot there was a
axes.
saving throw for this.
I have
That's
rolled a
annoying.
19.
That's very annoying.
Sorry. Did you try
That's
and
it.
create a bonfire on a flying sword?
That's
mean,
what
that's-
I was doing.
That's
Oh,
a
no, you
tricky
made it-
baller move.
You
but-
made it worse. Now
Yeah,
it's
the
on
bonfire-
fire and coming
Yeah,
at
you
us.
miss and the bonfire forms in the air near the flying sword. and
That's
then
okay. I
fall.
can frostbite it next. It'll be fine.
Did I mention that there are so many innocent people that live at the bottom of this tower?
As we
Aw.
looked down, there were no
Suddenly.
Yeah, there were not. Imran, do you want to do something?
Yeah, so I get 2 attacks per action, so I do get to fire 2
Yeah, do it.
arrows in a surprise round. Okay. So I'm going to, my range is 150 feet. I'm going to aim at the furthest, the flying sword that's furthest away that I can hit,
Mm-hmm.
so that people who have shorter range get their choice.
How generous and show
I
off
know.
of you.
I know.
Smart.
I rolled a heckin' 1.
Ah,
unless you have an impressive modifier, that's not going to do it.
It is a
But
plus 10.
That's
That
yeah,
is an
it's
impressive
not-
modifier.
It's not impressive enough.
I guess
don't
this is
think.
where it's real. No one, that was like you were like testing the air to see how far it was away.
Yes.
The second
Is the
shot,
resistance different
that's the
here?
shot that you really care about.
Oh my gosh.
Second
That's
win.
better. It's a 26.
All right, that
There you
hits
go.
a flying axe.
All right. And we are doing 10 piercing damage for whatever that's worth.
For piercing a sword.
Piercing a sword. Like if it's bejeweled or something, I'm
Yeah.
aiming right for a jewel.
You
I
know,
don't-
if that halberd had blood, it would be bloodied.
Okay.
Okay, that's good to know.
Mhm.
Yep. And I don't get any bonuses. So I am done.
Crucible.
How far do we establish we are from these things?
I mean, I think it depends where you are exactly, but I imagine that you have there's probably a halberd within 20 feet of you
Oh,
up.
okay.
I
Great.
think
Perfect.
Imra just chose to shoot like way across the tower at one that maybe was 60 feet away. I don't know. There's also some trigonometry involved here that I refuse to do.
Fair.
I'm going to do something I should be doing more of. I'm going to buff. Let's cast some bless.
Well.
Drink some protein shakes.
Who would like some bless?
What exactly does bless do
I
again?
forgot what
Yeah.
Bless does.
Up to 3 creatures of my choice within range, whenever they make an attack or attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw. Concentration up to 1 minute. So
I mean,
this
Lena.
basically covers this
Yeah,
combat.
I'll
I'm
take
just
it.
trying
Yeah,
to think of
Lena
like the
should-
people who do the most damage, and that's not
Aragorn?
Roland, I'm afraid.
Am I giving
Yeah,
bless
I'm
to
not-
an NPC?
And Imra,
Yes.
probably.
Yeah, Imra, I think too. Yeah. So Imra, Aragal, and Lena will all get a bless.
Ooh.
So that was a stand or a full action. Now I'm trying to
Oh, why
remember if
didn't I-
there's anything else I can do bonus action wise. I don't think so. So let's make that my move.
All right. After Crucible is Broldish.
Well, I have 3 javelins, which I clearly have not yet thrown because I still have them. So let's try throwing a javelin at whichever one is closest, I guess.
Sure.
This
Maybe
is
that's
interesting. A javelin and a sword.
Javelin versus halberd.
Guess who else rolled a 1? It's
Oh,
like clatter,
no.
clatter,
Oh, sorry,
clatter.
not a sword.
I
sorry.
mean, maybe it lands on the stairs somewhere. I don't know.
Mhm.
But I do get to throw 2.
It's actually
because
it's
I
very
have 2
dangerous because you're
attacks.
throwing up, so that javelin could come back
Yeah.
down. You got to make
I have a
make sure it's
shield.
a parabola.
My
Yeah,
eye.
You got to throw
that's
up
actually, yeah,
to
it's
throw
a
down.
convenience. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, Dan.
Oh dear. All right, that's for
Oh, I
fighters
regret
with nervous
nothing.
tummies.
Lena.
Wait. I
Oh.
get my second attack.
Oh, is your second attack also throwing a javelin into a pit?
It is. Well, maybe. Let's see. That is a 16 plus 8. That's all right. That might hit.
Yeah,
right?
that definitely hits.
20? Okay. Yay. And then it is. Let's see. I need a d6 plus 4. So that is 7 piercing damage.
All right. That inconveniences 1, Albert.
They're not
Mhm.
immune to piercing damage?
No, they're
Oh,
a
they are.
Physical
construct.
things.
They're a physical thing. I'll tell you, they're immune to things like poison and psychic. They can't be blinded because they don't have eyes. They can't be poisoned because they don't have blood. They can't be frightened because they know no fear. They
Cannon
can't
I
for
mean,
for
might
halberds.
be nice.
Yeah.
My javelins were silvered. I'm assuming
Yeah,
that
sounds
doesn't
like an
make a difference
existence
either.
I
Yeah.
can get behind.
Yeah, well, maybe when your characters all die, you can be reanimated as flying halberds and float around Strahd's crystal and heart for the rest of eternity. You
In
know,
my next life.
honestly, that's a better retirement plan than most millennials have. So,
Amen.
yeah.
True. Yeah, that's
I'd have a
true.
house.
Yeah. Well, it's not yours, and it's
Well, a roof
horrible.
over your head.
I'd have a
You
roof,
have a
over,
roof.
My,
Yeah.
over my head.
Yeah.
A warm lamp.
/ crystalline heart. Lena, I think it is your turn.
Job
So
security.
in order to activate my insightful fighting and get sneak attack despite not having an ally near it, I need to make a insight check contested by their deception.
Huh.
I'm a
So-
glaive. I'm a
Sneaky,
glaive. No,
sneaky
just kidding. I'm a
halberds.
halberd.
So 17 to see into the mind of these swords.
So I'm what am I rolling for them?
It is a
Deception.
Deception?
deception check.
What is
from the
deception?
sword.
Remind me, what is deception based on
Oh.
charisma?
Yes.
Yeah,
It
what
is.
is?
Yes.
You know, I think this is unfair that these swords have such low charisma. They're
Yeah, actually, I
flying
would assume pretty
swords.
high. Yeah.
No,
They're charming.
I think the fact that they have any charisma
They
is
can't say
pretty,
anything to us. So.
pretty
I am-
interesting.
I have rolled a 0. Well, I rolled a positive number, but it is modified
Okay.
to 0
Cool.
because they are inanimate. This feels unfair. But yes, you have seen into the heart of these flying swords / halberds.
I think he's
listeners,
flying that away.
I apologize. I keep using the terms
No,
interchangeably. I know that there are like medieval weaponry nerds that have like thrown this podcast out the window. They are
Actually, they
for the-
hit it with a halberd, is what they
The,
did.
the adventure calls them flying halberds, but then it just says there are no flying halberds in the monster's manual. Use the flying swords.
So what you're
So I-
saying, Tony, is they're great at deception.
Well, I'm just saying
Oh.
I am looking at text that says flying sword. I'll get it again. So I apologize for my inconsistency. I'm a bad person. If you are frustrated, I'm sorry. But
this is her inquisitive trait. So this
Yes.
is her going into like heads up display. Like
So
if
do
I
you-
shoot it,
You see the code, like they're a construct.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
seeing the code they're operating
Yes.
on.
do you now know
Exactly.
a lot about flying weaponry?
no, but I can use my sneak attack despite
Okay.
not having an ally
That's more
adjacent.
Got it.
So
Okay.
if she could choose, that's what she would
Mm,
choose. All right. Hand crossbow. 16.
What is the armor class of these? The 16 will hit a fun fact. Flying halberds have a lower armor class than flying swords.
Oh, brother.
Would have missed a flying sword. It hits a flying halberd. They hit harder, but
makes
they're
sense.
slower.
They're a little
Oh, because
bit,
there's more
Exactly, they're
surface
larger.
area.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
that
So roll
is
some
like-
damage, Lena.
that's just science,
Okay.
Tony.
It's just science of magic swords.
That's exactly right.
That is 32 damage.
Okay, you murder
Goodness
a sword.
gracious.
Yeah, that's why we make insight checks on flying swords.
Yeah. All right.
Contested by deception.
Now, this was your surprise round as you were creeping up
Yeah.
the stairs at the crystalline heart protected by the floating halberds. Does any of your other sidekicks do anything on this? I assume Basilica is not really a ranged person, nor is
Samus is
Androdite. Samus,
Or
Samus has
Pony.
not secretly bought a gun during all of this.
That would be cool though.
She opens
Pony-
her mouth and there's a gun inside.
Yeah.
now she shoots bees out of her mouth.
Oh, wow. So I think we start the turnover on the non-surprise round.
Yes.
You beat all of the floating halberds did very poorly on initiative, so you
Despite
basically
their
all get to go
dexterity.
again. And
Yay.
it's basically a question of how many flying halberds are going to have a chance to fly down and halberd you. So
Mhm.
Argal, followed by Elevor, followed by Imra, followed by Crucible, Brodus, Lena, and then halberds. Argal, you gonna fire at them with a crossbow?
Yes.
Remember that there is one that
a
already took some damage
12.
from Brildish. So I don't know if anybody wants to double up on that one or not.
Yeah,
that's
Argal
true.
would target that one. I think
A wounded one?
Yeah, but that's only a 12.
12 will not hit. Elevor.
All right,
Ember, get ready.
Elevor
One attack.
is
Mhm.
changing techniques and is going
Unless
a little
it's
cold
with the short sword.
this time. I need the nearest flying owlbird to make a Constitution saving throw of 16.
I rolled on the die a 16. Their modifier is +0, so I got it with a 16. Sorry that I'm so good at saving
This
throws
is
today.
really getting on my nerves.
I'm very sorry, Micah.
You see some ice sort of form on the halberd, and then it just disappears.
Imra.
So I'm gonna aim for the one that is bloodied first. 15. No,
15
16.
is their armor class. 16 is one better than their armor class.
Okay. So that is 11 damage.
All right. A third halberd clatters to the ground, no longer animated.
Okay. and we
7
have-
halberds remain.
one more that is damage, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I'm going to aim for that one.
Yep.
16.
Still hits.
And another 11 damage.
That's enough to kill the injured
Nice.
halberd.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
Good work, team.
Crucible, I think.
Yes. All right. I think now. So, do we have any that are currently injured, damaged?
No.
I guess. Okay.
Nope.
So I'll
Got
target
5,
a new
6
one,
mint condition ones.
and let's just go for a sacred flame.
Can we
Mhm.
retrain them? Can we make them our friend?
Can we?
You
ride
don't
them
need to
like
rehabilitate
brooms?
everything.
It's just they're just
These aren't even
handling.
goats, people.
It would
They're
be
evil
cool to
magic
have
swords.
These 2 flying swords just going, or halberds rather, going
Mm.
with you. That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah, if they were just flying. I actually do have a spell kind of like that.
Oh,
I haven't used it yet because I haven't had an opportunity. Let's. That would be a super weird spell to cast right now. Just make it
hold on. I need an hour.
Yeah.
everybody time out.
Yeah. Should I start? I guess
Car.
Car.
Okay, I will. I'll just cast a sacred flame. So have them make a dexterity saving throw. One of them.
They are very good at that.
Yeah.
I have rolled
dexterity's
a
really good.
16. Or I have. When you say rolled a number, is that ambiguous in terms of.
Oh no,
I got a 16.
No, I take it as you meaning
Okay.
you got.
I mean,
Okay.
unless
Are
you
you
then
sure it's
follow it up
16?
with and I add, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna believe you.
Could it be
Okay.
one less than 16?
It could not.
Is there any way?
I'm sorry. I have not rolled below a teen on a saving
What
throw
if I
yet,
stop
and
saying
it's-
owlbird? Can it be one less than?
I'll think about
See
it.
if I found a way to debuff these guys. Well, that was an action. How's everybody doing? Anybody need healing?
No,
Not
we
yet.
haven't attacked
Not
yet.
yet.
We're okay.
Soon.
Yes, soon.
In
Brold
which case, I think I'm done.
All right. I have one more javelin. I might as well throw it. Let's see what happens. Oh, an 18 on the die, so a hit.
That'll hit.
And max damage, so that is 10 piercing damage.
All right, you badly injure one of the halberds.
And I don't want to move up yet because I don't want to leave Elevor behind. So yeah, like it's being turn-based makes it hard to coordinate movement. So
Yeah.
I think you
Mhm.
just need to. It's gonna.
I had planned on making my way up the stairs to be nearer the top so I can see above the heart a little bit better. Not that it
Okay.
really matters. So if you
I mean,
wanted
but
to
yeah,
move up,
like Brothers will look back at Elevor, and depending on Elevor's body language, might not take it a full move, but a few steps.
Yeah.
I think
Uh,
we're never
Cool.
gonna get. We gotta. In order to get up there, we all are gonna have to move, and you will probably have to
Although,
separate.
actually, I just remembered that if there's still swords, they're gonna get to go, and I don't
Oh,
want them
yeah,
to be
you
away
are,
from
like-
Elevor. Although you are, why are you so far away from me? You're not supposed to be that far away from me.
oh, that's they're switched. Samus is here. Elevor's here.
Okay, I was like, wait a
Okay.
minute. That's okay. Staying
Yeah.
put so that I can use my protection if necessary. Done.
All right. Lena?
All right. Would you say that most of the swords have about the same state of mind, strengths, weaknesses, and
I would.
okay, cool.
There's one that's
Um,
just a bit of off kilter.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah. One hasn't had its coffee yet. Sorry, I
Okay,
just
that is
imagined
a
an axe drinking
17.
coffee.
I feel
Which
it.
we know hits, and then that's going to be 11 damage, followed by 12 sneak attack. So that's 22
So-
piercing damage.
All right, you are murdering another halberd. Do you care which one it is, Lena?
DM's choice.
All right, I'm just gonna go with this one. I think they're all gonna fly, so it doesn't super matter
Yeah.
geometry wise. They're not limited by stairs. They're just gonna go down, and you are all down. All right, you murdered another one.
Yes.
Anything else, Lena?
Nope.
All right, Samus would go next. The animated. Oh,
Samus is going to
gonna do
ready an
something this time.
attack.
Oh,
Samus is
ready
going
an
to
attack.
ready an attack. Yeah. If
Smart.
one of the halberds attempts to attack Samus, Samus will claw.
All right. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 halberds remaining. One of them has been significantly damaged. I think they are just going to swoop down and attack these interlopers who have come into the Heart Tower. And they've got that, focus on a player character menace to them. So they swoop down to attack. There's 5 of them. There's 5 of you. So let's see here. They swoop in and they are going to do attacks. Broldish, this is an attack. I'll do these one at a time. And one of them I think will get close enough to trigger Samus's attack.
Excellent.
Okay, so one at a time. Broldish, I have rolled a 15, is not very impressive.
Nope.
Elevor, I have rolled an 8.
Not very impressive.
Imra, 10? Jeez.
Nope.
Remember before when I was rolling saving throws and I was great at everything?
Yeah.
Effort for this.
Lena, 12. Crucible, 20.
Oof.
Nope.
No, 21, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
me.
right.
22 now, I think.
Mine is 23.
It was 23.
That's not
right.
allowed.
Ah,
That's not a number.
So none of those hit?
none
Nope.
of those
No.
hit, but also
Okay.
Samus doesn't hit.
Okay, Samus swipes at an axe. So all of the axes that are remaining have come down. Just going to move the dead axes off the map because the map is getting cluttered. But the heart is perhaps in reaction to awareness of your presence, perhaps in
Uh-oh.
reaction to half of its defenders being felled. The heart starts to throb faster, and the whole tower starts to kind of shake in rhythm with the beating crystalline heart. And as the heart kind of shakes and the whole tower tremors and pulses, ba-bump, 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 you also see shadows on the stairs above as several creatures are creeping at first down the stairs, and then they kind of climb over the stairs and start climbing down the walls in your direction. You are not alone here in the tower with the flying swords and the crystalline heart. There
Don't
are
tell me it's not
vampires.
Osha the spider hag.
There are vampires crawling down the walls of the tower, eager
Uh-oh.
to investigate who has come to meet them here. Is this the moment of success where you will defeat the Heart's defenders and rob Strahd of his fancy, sweet crystal heart that also is really great for him? Or is this the place where vampires murder you and throw your remains many, many feet down to the bottom of a tower? What's the deal at the top of this tower that does have a roof? For answers to questions such as those, tune in next time for Total Party Kill, the Dog and Pony Show, Curse of Strahd. Dun, 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 dun. The end
Oh boy.
for today.
That's a good end.
That's a good
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
So these are, I will just tell you for next time, these are vampire spawn. You have fought vampire spawn before in the
Oh, yeah. the
in the
We're coffin
coffin
side.
place.
coffin
Yeah.
place.
At least
I will tell you,
favorite
I
Spawn
think
spin-off.
vampire spawn are tough. They can really take a beating, and the key to your success with defeating them last time was sunlight.
Which we
Yeah.
have now.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
Did you bring
because
some
Crucible
sunlight?
has
I
the
do.
Crucible has the holy symbol
Yep.
of Ravenkind,
Ravenkind.
which has
That's right.
sunlight.
I also do
abilities.
have turn undead, which
Mm.
Yeah.
will
And
probably
do we
some
have,
effects,
we could
and
also shape, what was it that you did to put a hole in the side of the,
Stoned.
we could
Oh
always
yeah,
shape a hole in
shape
the
wall
ceiling.
or whatever it is. Yeah.
don't currently have. I do have a spell that generates sunlight, but it's a. I don't.
Yeah, but
currently have it
Elevor has
prepared.
that spell, right? The
Yeah.
stone shape.
I
have
also
stone shape.
feel
I
like
have also stone shape.
presenting the symbol of Ravenkind and like causing sunshine to radiate down on this
Pretty
evil
good.
heart
So
has
cool.
a certain appeal, you know?
Yeah, je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
Stylish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got
Yeah.
pizzazz.
It has
Vampires hate this one trick, which is no. Yeah.
Well, it uses about half the charges of the holy symbol, but it should regen all of those the next day.
So what if Strahd shows up right after this?
Then I
Well,
only
then we've
have
got
one
one more
shot.
sunlight to
Yeah.
use.
Okay. All right.
Also, it does
Does-
specifically have apparently a vampire specific action, hold vampires.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's pretty great too in this scenario.
Yeah.
It's very
Like-
vampire tuned.
Does
sort
it
of
hold
thing.
them and rock them back and forth and say,
Yeah,
shh,
gently.
shh,
It-
shh, it's
yeah.
gonna be okay.
It lets
Tony,
them go
I
to sleep.
confess,
They're less
I-
cranky when they wake up.
Lullaby.
I have a +1, so my armor class is 23 from a +1 bonus that I don't remember why I have.
It's
Was it
because-
for restoring the skull of Argynvost to Argynvost
Mhm.
Holt?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
think
we
you all
got a
got it.
plot
You-
plus.
I very
you all got a
carefully
plot.
notated it in my customized field with the letters capital B, lowercase a. I think that was
Probably
supposed
just
to be something
Bavaria
longer. I think it was supposed to be
Barovia.
Barovia something.
It's when we're in Barovia.
Yes.
Oh,
okay. I
yes,
think I
so
just
it
did not
won't-
finish typing it.
That seems like, yeah. So it may be so that
You are
when
easily
you
distracted.
Yeah.
It's because of
Dan is a
Ba.
writer. He can easily get down 1-2 characters before taking a
It
break.
might be from a sheep or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So this is probably the next session will probably be another few rounds of combat. But you are exploring a very large percentage of Ravenloft at this point. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yes, we are. So when
Good work.
is our next session? Are we just
Yeah,
planning
Dan,
on Tuesday
anything
nights
else?
from here out, or what?
We
what's the
will
deal?
figure that out after Dan takes us offline.
yeah.
Listeners, thank you for listening.
Good night, Mom.
Listeners,
Bye.
thank you for
Bye,
doing
Renee.
it. See you next time, Renee.